We always say Ballon D'Or's a calendar year.
Yeah.
So you got to count.
But can I ask?
I don't even think it was that rubbish in the league.
Virgil's team have lost 2 games in a whole calendar year. Man is a defender. My team has lost 2 games.
That's mad.
2.
Yeah.
What? And I'm not contributing. Bro, give man the Ballon d'Or, man.
Give it
What,
2 here.
man?
Do you know what?
Well,
Bro.
CheekySport on Rinse.
On Rinse.
All right. You're now tuning into Rinse FM. I got off all right.
Yeah. Big up Andy for cutting you off, mate.
good.
You're now tuning into Rinse FM. This is CheekySport. You with myself, Big J.
Yeah, with Poch, Akeem.
Pathetic, man. You're already grovelling for Pochettino.
Hey, grovelling, man. Said grovelling.
You can't say that, Joy.
That was still.
Guess you can say that.
Guess you can say that, Joe.
Relegation,
And obviously we got CheekySport family. If you guys follow the CheekySport Instagram, you would have seen his lovely Malteser head on there a few times. We got our brother in the building. Big up Tapping Toes.
Big up Toes. Big up Toes in the cup.
What you say? Real Spurs lad.
A man that actually goes to games. He actually goes to games.
But Jack,
I like these 2 frauds.
Jack's got a friend.
I actually made a joke to Steven the other day. He's a Man United fan as well. And I said, yo, this will be like the 3rd or 4th time in 5 years that I've been to I'm going to be at Old Trafford more times than you have.
Facts!
But Toby, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question though? No, you ain't beat the amount of times I've been, but
I've actually been 6 times.
But do you feel? Just a quick question, quickly, yeah. Do you feel like it's a big thing? Like you're more of a fan if you go to games than if you're not? I think it's nonsense. I'll be honest.
I don't think you're more of a fan if you go to games. But what I will say is, if you have the ability to go to matches, and you have the resources to go to matches.
Thank you. That's what I
you claim you're a big fan. I don't see why you wouldn't.
Do you know why? Do you know why I don't get up to Jack? Guys, this season ticket holder.
Why? So what? Just a man season ticket holder?
I think that makes
Why did that mean
Akeem, you own a multi-million-dollar peanut business.
It's not multi-million.
Sorry, no. It's multi-billion. Multi-billion. You could have. He could buy a box at Man United. He could buy a box.
It's not about money though. It's convenience as well. But you know, no. Look, the experience of Martin Tyler and Gary Neville. And watching VAR from different angles, when you're sitting at home with a cup of tea, it's more enjoyable at times. That's it.
Man, sounds like the only thing that isn't raising is your offside flag.
Anyway.
Don't need VAR for that one, mate. Don't need VAR.
Listen, let's just start with the biggest news of the week, which is Unai Emerys finally getting sacked. That's the biggest news of the week. Unai Emery has finally been sacked. Yeah.
Good night. Not
a good evening.
Not a good evening.
Good evening.
It's funny though because there was somebody that we didn't include in our sack race. Unai was in our sack race, so that's obviously he won that race.
Kicking Flores as well.
Oh, what's that Watford manager that just come back?
Do you know what he was? He's like one of them dads that turns up for a bit and went, you know what, this is long, bro. I'm out.
But you know what?
Bad vibes written all over him.
Oh, brother, you can't get sacked, rehired, and sacked again or bounced. Bro, that's mental, bro.
Do you know how rude that is? They went, do you know what? This ain't working, my brother. See you later.
You know what's crazy?
It's actually magic.
When he first got sacked, they blamed like a deterioration with the board, the Pozzos. And when he came back, they were like, "Oh, he's patched it up." Like that was one of the big reasons he left. He's patched it up, and now all of a sudden, shock, he's been sacked again. Now what?
But what do you man make? Even just talking about Watford first. What do you man make of the whole Watford situation? Though?
It's a mess.
I don't care.
Because the way I see it,
I don't care.
No. Because the way I see it,
I don't care.
is the Pozzos who own, obviously they own the club.
Yeah.
They've got 9 changes in the last 7 years, 9 different managerial changes, which is mad. But they've never got relegated. So
but bro, like 3 managers before Christmas.
Yeah,
that's worse than us.
Bro, that's mad funny.
3 managers.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't care.
3 managers.
I think that's brilliant. I think that's mad.
If they achieve their goals, why does it matter? They got to the cup final last season.
I don't
And they
even think the
got
manager cares. That's the funny thing.
Huh?
I think when man gets sacked, they're just like,
Yeah,
cool,
well,
like,
I don't think they should have sacked my man to begin with. What's his name?
Gracia.
Gracia, yeah.
oh, okay.
He was on a
Of
wretched
course,
run
of course. But
still,
remember,
I agree.
at the same time, you
it was
took
harsh.
your team to an FA Cup final. A man, Elton John supports your club, and you got to an FA Cup final.
No, man.
Okay.
The corn for no reason.
and
Over a Grammy
and do you know
winner.
what?
No, it's funny because it's facts.
It's
Yeah,
facts.
I know. they got a stand named after him, innit?
Yeah. Was it the Elton John stand?
Yeah. Simple, yeah. They didn't think too hard about that one. but you know what though? You know what? I think even Kike, the first time they maybe should. I think they sack people sometimes too hasty. Like,
Agreed.
Like it's too
They should've
hasty.
sacked him
like,
the first time.
Sometimes they shouldn't have sacked him the first time. The first time they sacked him, they was too quick. But anyway, that's enough for Watford. Like, end of the day, even they're gonna go down.
At the end of the day, nobody cares. Anyway,
You know, we might even see bro again. So yeah.
Mad.
Who knows?
it's like
Do you wanna give it- do you wanna
he
give it
just
another go? Do you
he
wanna
just
give it another
turns
go?
up at family functions. He's just there, innit? Like,
But you know what?
Just goes back.
Something but people are actually saying that it's ridiculous stuff.
Ridics.
Like,
Ridics.
Oh, this guy. But they're saying Troy Deeney might try and step in.
Hey, do you know what? I love Troy
Interim.
Deeney.
They've
I
actually
love
missed
Troy
Deeney.
Deeney.
I'm
No,
not
no,
gonna
no.
lie.
Yeah,
They've
of
missed Troy
course they have.
Deeney. They've missed his
Yeah, not
industry.
Troy
and
Deeney
his-
is manager. No
Look at
way.
the look.
Bro,
Nah,
Troy
I'll be
Deeney is
real with
manager.
you. Can I just say, all right, listen. You know what it is? This is going to be the perfect segue into this Unai Emery situation.
You love a segue, don't you?
yeah.
I'm sick and tired of man trying to get quote unquote legends of the club in these managerial positions.
It's getting
Why?
on my nerves.
Bro, it's getting mad neaky in time.
Nah,
Last week, we were laughing at the fact they said, get Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, look at it. They got Ljungberg looking like a PE teacher on the
Now
sideline.
we've got Ljungberg. All right, bro.
No, not
Nah,
even,
he had
not even
drip, though.
PE
He had
teacher.
Valentino.
Supply
He
teacher.
had Valentinos. He had
Bro,
drip.
who's wearing Valentinos?
Bro,
Did you see his
bro.
Valentinos, bro?
Yeah.
He's wearing Valentinos to the side.
All he needs is a loser, the spike sex, and he's gone.
Hold on. So we'll talk about Ljungberg first, yeah, before we talk about Unai Emery. But like one thing I need to understand: no banter. How is Ljungberg a legend? I have to understand. He's not a legend.
No.
He's an average. He was an average. No. He was a good. No. Hold on. He's a good. Hold on. He's a good Premier League player.
Yeah.
That was it.
No, but do you know
Don't
why though?
call him
No,
a
do
legend.
you know why though? Do you know why? Do you know why?
Don't upset
do you know why,
me.
though?
No, we're not saying he's a Prem legend.
No, do you know why?
He's not an Arsenal legend either.
No, do you
But
know
are
why
you
he is
Arsenal
though? Do you know why he
fans?
is? Do
You-
you
some
know why he
Arsenal
is?
fans are gonna hold
Do
him
you know why he
down.
is? Because
Get
he
a
model,
red-
because
a
he
red
modelled for Calvin Klein.
Yeah, and he had
I
spike.
think-
And he had colourful hair.
I think they're saying he's a red
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
But he had a mohawk,
He was
bro.
eccentric and he was a key. Well, I say
He was.
He was a key
He was,
part of
he
there.
was.
He was 100%.
All banter aside.
Wait, hold on.
He
Oh,
definitely
here we
was.
go.
No,
We're
no,
keeping
no.
the
Oh,
stats
here we
again.
go.
I think anyone who was part of that Invincibles.
Yeah, you're a legend. You're a legend.
by
Legend is
default.
something-
You're a
yeah,
legend by
yeah.
default.
You're a
His
legend.
stats are awful. His stats are awful.
Who cares? But again, it's all about context.
The reason why.
Exactly.
No, it's about.
Trent's en route to have more assists than
Hold
goals.
on. It's about.
Yeah.
But still.
Hold on. It's about context. But let's be real, yeah. How many times have you seen Arsenal highlights over the last 30 years, and it's been like, Ljungberg, what a performance!
Mate, he banged the goal in the FA Cup final.
Oh,
against
what?
Chelsea.
So because of that, man's a legend.
No, but that's one example.
Bro,
That's
bro,
on my head.
That's putting your name
all
on
I'm
it, though.
bro,
That's
all I'm
putting your
saying,
name
bro,
on a
all I'm
final.
saying, I rate him, but don't call him a legend. Stop that word legend.
Why is he not a legend?
Bro, a legend's a big word, you know.
You can't tell Arsenal
Maybe
fans
for
they
you,
can't
mate.
call him a
Yeah,
legend.
Bro,
legend's
if
a big word for you, mate.
Arsenal
but-
Yeah, no,
fans,
Premier
if
League
Arsenal
legend.
fans are calling him legend, no disrespect, Toby, you call people like, bro, I don't even know who your legends
Well,
are.
go on.
Who are your legends?
But
Let me
again,
think.
it's all
Like Van der Vaart and that. Van der Vaart.
Van der Vaart is probably like a cult hero. I wouldn't say he's a legend.
he's not a
a cult
legend.
hero.
Who's your legend? Stephen Freund.
Come on.
Who's your legend?
Gascoigne,
Sky.
come on.
Eh?
Klinsmann, come on. We got legends, man. Come on. David Ginola, come on.
Darren Anderton.
Oh, come on. You're taking a mick.
He's a legend.
What's that guy? Ziegler.
Fox?
But
He's
who-
a legend,
Red
bro.
Two Ziegler.
Hold on, who's classed as your biggest legend though? All talk, no real talk. In this era, like 1990
era?
plus. Yeah.
I'd probably say. I'd say maybe
Harry Kane.
No, Gascoigne's there. Gascoigne's there.
You can't chat on Gaz's name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gascoigne's
okay.
there.
Cool.
Gaz's levels.
Cool.
That's what happens when you support a team that's in
Do
London.
you know
bro.
what I don't like about Akeem? I don't like the fact that Keane
He
doesn't
tries to
let-
belittle teams.
Yeah, he tries to belittle
tries to
teams.
belittle
Yeah,
teams.
I've
How?
clicked.
How have I belittled? I've just said okay. I've heard that. And I've
No,
been
no,
like,
no. But you
bro.
was, even though I
Can't
said
tell
Anderson
Spurs
and
man who
Ziegler,
their
but-
legends are,
Bro,
bro.
I'm asking the question. I'm saying who's the legend? Van der Vaart?
man, no,
And
I
he
don't
said
like
yes.
No, he
You
didn't
love
say
Billy-
yes.
you-
He
I've
said he was a
clocked-
cult hero. He didn't
Yeah,
say he was a
but
legend.
he didn't say
Again,
that.
you're not
Bro,
listening.
Bro, I know he loves belittling
Yeah,
teams.
he
and
loves
that
it.
whole
Bro,
thing.
I'm not belittling. All I'm saying is Arsenal. I'm not belittling Arsenal. I'm actually doing the opposite. If you listen, yeah.
No.
I'm actually saying. I know, but just talking about Arsenal. I'm saying like Arsenal. I'm saying Arsenal. Like, that is so embarrassing to call Ljungberg.
Why not?
A legend. Ljungberg. Freddie Ljungberg, who went to West Ham after.
So let's talk about
your two.
So what? What does that mean?
Bro, Ljungberg
went to QPR after. What does that mean?
That's embarrassing. I don't care.
Listen, let's talk about Unai.
Straight.
Obviously, we already
Build
knew
a
he was on the
statue
way
for
out.
him.
We ain't going to talk about his performances because we knew what it was. We all saw this chop was coming, basically. Yeah. It was only a matter of when, obviously. What are you saying? Zanku, yeah?
Chop him off.
We obviously knew that was obviously going to be coming in. I think where there's that slight bit of shock is his replacement, to me.
Yeah, to be honest, that's a bad replacement. This is what I don't. Do you know what?
It's interim.
This is what
I know it's interim.
No, I know, but you know what's going to happen.
What was the point of
bro,
sacking him then?
if you're going to sack him, have someone lined up ready to go.
Like
you guys did.
But the thing is, with us, I feel like there was a bit more premeditation. I feel like I think Levy probably anticipated that Pochettino may want to leave at the end of the season, and plus he wasn't generally happy with Pochettino's performance. So there was premeditation there. With Emery, I think they actually wanted to back him. They really wanted to give this guy a lot of time, and what you see now is.
You say that, mate, but they gave him a 2-year contract.
Yeah. No, but the rot, of course.
So it's like they knew what they knew.
Nah,
they knew it was a risk.
No, but a 2-year contract, you're safeguarding yourself.
Yeah, big time.
No, to be fair, talking about that at the same time, bear in mind they've been through a period where they've had Wenger for like 2 decades. So whoever comes in is, there's no guarantee anything's going to happen. So a 2-year contract does make sense because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how the fans and the players.
But I think Ljungberg's not a replacement. Like Toby said,
I know he's interim.
I mean, again, no disrespect to Ljungberg, but he's actually not even he's not even got his full coaching badges. Apparently, which apparently means he can only legally be interim for 12 weeks or something like that. So he's not even allowed to be manager. That is how deep it is. He's literally not. So just to be clear, he can't be a manager.
So let's keep
he's interim, innit?
Let's keep it 100, yeah? He comes in as interim. He might be there for, like you're saying, for a few
3 weeks,
4 weeks, whatever, right? While they obviously find a permanent solution. The lineup comes up. Obviously, Norwich game, yeah? Norwich, by the way. That's what makes it banter.
19th.
He starts Xhaka and he starts Mustafi. 2 players that Arsenal fans have been very vocal about not liking. Now, I might sound very stupid here, but it sounds like, to me, Freddie is part of the problem, not the solution.
But look, this is something you always have to bear in mind, though, yeah, in these situations. Freddie was... What position was he when Emery was manager? Yeah? He was part of the team. It's not like he's... So he probably was seconding, agreeing with most of these decisions that Emery is making. So now he's coming. I don't know why people expected him to suddenly
change things around.
Yeah, he probably agreed. He probably agreed with most.
To me,
of the
that
stuff
means when they've sacked Emery and all of his staff, because we all know how it goes. A lot of people think that when the manager goes, it's just the manager.
Nah,
it's the manager and bare of your team.
Yeah, that's why people clear out.
That's why they clear out the whole team.
Yeah,
but what I'm trying to say is, why did Ljungberg get to stay?
Because you're legend. Like I said. that is it. Because you're legend.
Well, I thought you were a legend.
No, a legend. I'm sorry, I'm never going to agree that he's a legend. I don't care. He's not a legend.
So because he's an Arsenal legend,
legend.
He was able to stay, basically.
Yeah.
I think that's just mad unfair, bro.
I know.
Could you imagine that? Imagine you're part of the problem. You know someone's part of the cancer, but you're not going to cut man out. I don't know. To me, it just sounded very counter.
It's a temporary thing, isn't it?
Counterintuitive. I don't know.
It's a temporary thing, and plus, we all, as much as we say,
So then, why don't we just keep Emery?
No, but as much as we say, it's the whole backroom thing. Emery is the one who has final say on everything. So even if Ljungberg disagrees, Emery will always have final say.
Fair.
So it's not like their thinking, their thought process is always going to be the same. And plus, he's had experience with managing some of the academy players as well. So he may have different ideas to Emery, and he may offer something.
Plus, a lot of those players I think might have come through his system under his reign. Sorry. So your Willocks,
Saka. I think
I don't know if that's the case.
And I'm talking ignorantly. I don't actually know the answer here, generally. Yeah, but has Ljungberg actually had any coaching experience, even
not at first team level?
No, not even first team. Has he even has he coached anywhere?
I'm not
even
sure.
under 21.
Apart from Arsenal. Apart from Arsenal.
Well, yeah,
no, he has at Arsenal.
He hasn't before.
He has at Arsenal. I think he must have
not
at
before.
Arsenal.
I don't know about before. I have no idea.
Because if that's the case, I strongly would think that Arsenal need to replace him in the next couple of weeks. Then
no, like you guys said, I know he definitely will be. I just thought it was unfair.
He will be.
It's like all of us man getting sacked, and it's like, yeah, Jake, you stay. It just seems like
that would be fair. To be fair, because I'm a boss.
Was he there? Was Ljungberg there before Emery got the job?
Bro, that's what makes it mad. No, he wasn't.
Nah, you weren't.
No, he wasn't.
But then legends,
No, he wasn't.
legends always stay. Like, look, Nicky Butt was a coach, like for Man United through, I think Van Gaal, Mourinho. Do you know what I mean? When managers leave,
Carrick as well.
yeah, Carrick. Do you know what I mean? When managers leave, some of the coaching staff stay,
like that,
but some clear out. And I feel like the whole Emery factor, people didn't like. I think the way he made his substitutions during the game. They weren't sure about how he was leading the training, which is all Emery's fault, not so much Ljungberg.
Else, yeah.
Wait,
And
so
at the end of the day, that's what it
Ljungberg-
comes down to.
Ljungberg, was he assistant manager?
That's what I was asking.
No, I don't think he was.
The reason
So who was
I'm
Emery's assistant?
I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
Someone's about to blast us.
Some
The
guy.
reason I'm asking because if Ljungberg
Oh, I can't
has,
believe you didn't know. It
if
was
Ljungberg has autonomy over the academy, then by really and truly, the first team affairs, it's more a case of Emery and his sort of like core backroom
Yeah.
staff.
Okay. So then you're saying Ljungberg's not really involved in that.
Maybe he
But-
might not be involved. Like when
But even regardless of that,
That's why I'm. That's
his
why I'm
starting 11 selection,
Yeah,
like
it
Jay
was
said,
crap.
was poor.
rubbish. It was rubbish.
And what someone said that was a good point. If Emery made that starting 11
They
choice,
crucify him. They crucify him.
so why are we allowing Ljungberg because he's a legend?
I don't think they
I don't
are.
think we're- no
I have
one's
seen.
allowed
I've seen a
them.
lot of Freddie.
Arsenal fans
I've seen a lot of Freddie
crucified
out
him.
already.
I ain't seen that.
I've
No
seen
Arsenal
bare.
fans
I've
are-
seen bare
No,
Freddie out.
they're not Arsenal. They're
Bro,
not
bare
Arsenal
Arsenal
fans.
fans.
Bro, I've seen
Butchered
bare
that
Arsenal man say
starting
Freddie out. Big man team.
Freddie out after one game.
Yeah, that's because they just know.
Yeah,
Like,
do you know what it is? That's typical Arsenal, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
too
you said, look,
reactionary, knee-jerk.
Again.
I was
But
going
at
to
the same time,
I was going to ask Jack
typical.
on that. I was going to ask Jack on that, like because when Emery got sacked, you were saying something. You said something in the group like these are typical Arsenal fans. They just they change their story really,
All the
really quick.
time. All the time, bro. Even Troops is my guy, but you know, before that Crystal Palace, was it Crystal Palace at home? I think it was. He's like, yeah, my manager. And then they drew 2-2 and now he wants him out. It's like, bro, make your mind up. And that's not just him. That's all these Arsenal fans.
Agreed.
Because they call for people's heads. As soon as it happened, it happened, and they brought someone else in. It's not working, and now suddenly it's like, yeah, get rid of him next.
I feel
Bro,
like
it's ridiculous. I'm
But
sorry. Like, that's facts.
But what I will sympathise with them though is when the manager's in that position, they're gonna back the manager and they're gonna back their team no matter what. But there becomes a point where you literally have to say to yourself like, yo, what is the point in backing this guy anymore? Because it's not even a flip-flopping thing. They put their stocks in Emery and he's let them down.
Yeah, no, it's true, it's
but
true.
Toby, I think somewhere along this line though, it comes to is like stick or twist. It's like you as a football fan and as someone who should have football knowledge, yeah, like you should make a decision on if you think the manager is good or bad. Forget everything else. Yeah, everything else is fluff. Yeah, think is he a good manager or is he not? If he's a good manager, yeah, you've
Very
got to
black and white, though, isn't it?
No. What I mean by that is if he's a good manager, don't flip. You don't flip flap as much, and you're clearer with your answers. Like for example, Mourinho is a great manager, regardless of what people think on the
No,
outside.
he's got great
what-
legacy.
No,
He's
no.
not a
So
great
what it
manager
means
right now.
that's nonsense. But we'll
That's
come to that in a
nonsense, that's
second.
mad
But we'll come to that in a
That's mad
second.
nonsense.
It don't matter. We can use Klopp.
A
for
Spurs
example.
man saying that's
Wait.
disgusting.
Wait.
A Spurs man saying
Wait.
that's disgusting.
Wait. We can come to that in a second. But my point is, I don't know if anyone's getting what I'm saying, but it's like Emery. If you're not sure if he's good or not, don't say Emery is sick. He's going to lead us to glory. Blah blah. Don't say that if you don't think he's good.
Yes.
No,
With me.
that's not
No.
fair.
Do you know why it's not fair? Do you know why it's not fair? Do you know why it's fair? Because with Ollie, at no point have I said anything about that with Ollie. Even when we were on the 12 winning game in a row.
We know.
Because no. The reason why you
know.
didn't and I didn't, because there's different people.
But we got slewed for that.
No, exactly. But the reason is because I thought of him, not of the club or our players. I thought of him. That's the reason. When when we lost 5 in a row, I still backed the manager because at the actual concrete level, it's about what do you think of the manager and stick with it. You can't.
but
The
that's
manager
a bit too
can't be.
black and white,
The manager
though,
can't be good one week and then next week
No,
he needs to get
no,
sacked.
you're right.
He's
They
good.
can, though,
Next-
they
You're
can.
right.
Which one is he?
You're right. But what I'm trying to
They
say
can.
is
Managers
they-
underperform.
Exactly.
Managers
And
underperform, but are they crap? Are they crap? Do they get good and then crap?
Emery is not a crap manager.
Bro, let me
I'll
tell you
tell you
something.
that for free.
It's
Emery-
very, very simple, yeah?
Emery is not a crap
when,
manager.
Yeah,
when
it's
when
facts.
Ollie came in and he was getting bare winning streaks, they would always ask Akeem and I, do you not think that Ollie's the man for the job? We would say no. We would get slewed. At the end of the day, of course we'll get slewed. Bro was performing. At the end of and really and truly, it just depends. Because sometimes Mourinho's going to be in the mood and sometimes he's not going to be in the mood. Right now, everyone's been saying that since he's been back in London, he has been a lot more happier.
Yeah, because he's on the charm it's not happier, he's on the charm offensive. He's wooing you lot. He's saying all this stuff.
We'll come back to Mourinho.
But I'm just saying, bro, hey, Tobi, me and you got argue.
Tobi, you're talking nonsense.
Okay, I'm talking nonsense. Because we haven't seen this happen before, have we?
Alright, bro, this is mad.
What winning trophies?
Okay.
Yeah, not for Tottenham.
Alright, cool.
You haven't seen it.
Let's see what he wins.
You haven't seen
Let's see what he wins.
Wait.
If you don't win nothing with
10
Tottenham,
goals in 3 games.
mate, if you don't win nothing with Tottenham,
10 goals in
it's
3
your
games.
team's fault. It's not Jose's.
Cool. It's not
because
the manager.
because where's Jose
He's
gone?
gonna win trophy.
But when Pochettino was there, it
He's
was Pochettino's
I'll
fault.
put peas on
Wait.
it.
Don't compare Poch to Mourinho. Different levels. They're different levels.
Yeah, they are.
different
Pochettino
levels.
is currently a better manager than Jose Mourinho.
Oh my
Rubbish.
days.
Yeah.
You're a troll. You're a troll.
Yeah,
bro.
he is.
You
You're
know
trolling.
what?
Listen, forget that.
I said it, and I'll stick to it.
Stones, you need to back the guy, bro. Come on, he's just come in.
No.
gotta remove the
Wait, hold on. That's the problem sometimes as well, though. He doesn't have to back it just because he's a he's a fact. I do rate Tobi.
Well, after a week, yes.
No, wait.
You do.
Wait, hold on. I rate Tobi for the fact that he's not just jumping on bandwagon, because every time there's new managers and new clubs, everyone jumps on the bandwagon.
You can have your reservations, but you gotta back the
You
guy.
gotta back them, bro.
gotta
I
back
back
the
Ollie.
guy.
No.
As much as I don't like Ollie,
bro, it's not even just about
I swear to you,
backing.
you'll never hear
But
me
what is
say
this?
or
Bro,
tweet or Ollie out. He's got to be.
It's not about backing it. It's not
whatever.
that he's saying Mourinho out. He's just got.
No, I have said
reservations.
Mourinho out.
Okay, that's nonsense. but Tobi, no disrespect. No disrespect.
I'll be real. I think that's the difference. I think, bro, you see Ollie, I don't think he's a good manager. I didn't think he's a good manager when he was winning, and I don't think he's a good manager now.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, man's got to back my manager. I got to back him. At the end of the day, if Ollie's at the wheel, Ollie's at the wheel. There's nothing I can do till he's no longer at the wheel.
Ollie has to give you a reason to back him. I'm not just gonna back this guy.
No,
and
but
just
you know
forget
why
what
it's
I've
different?
Mourinho's got a reason before he even shook the hand.
Yeah, that's the
because
difference.
of who he is.
That's the difference.
You know,
That's
wait.
the
Do you know what, Tobi? Yeah, you're
No,
a
wait,
man.
let me hear
Okay,
Chuck.
go
Why
on.
do you say that's the difference?
No, that's the difference. Is in like, look, you can kind of get onto Ollie because he's been there for a year now. Well, just coming up to a year. Whereas Mourinho's been there for a week. So regardless of whatever, he's fresh,
okay.
he's new. You got to give the guy.
Do you know what?
Oh, so your thing is like let's start off optimistic, back him up, and then let him give you a reason to. You know what I mean?
Giving him a chance
innocent till proven
F up.
guilty kind of one. Okay,
Exactly.
You know what,
For me, he's guilty until proven innocent.
Do you
And
know-
it's not like
That's
I'm saying. It's not
mental,
like
bro.
I'm saying, oh yeah, get this guy out of the club. Like initially, when I admittedly, when he first got the job, I was like, I don't like this guy. I don't want him at the job. But now I've calmed down. I still don't want him at the job. But what I'm saying is, I want him to give me a reason to.
So
back
let's
him.
talk.
Give
wait,
me a
hold on,
reason.
hold on.
Sorry, okay, go
No,
on.
big man thing.
Tobi.
3 wins out of 3.
Tobi. You know, we're talking.
10 goals in
We're
3
actually
games.
talking about different things here. Yeah.
Slewing it.
I actually, it doesn't matter if you lost the first 3 games in a row. He's got a reason to back him because he's Jose Mourinho.
No.
Yeah. No. You don't understand. Your
but
club.
not
No,
everyone
wait.
believes that.
He's bigger than our club. I agree.
Hold
I
on.
agree.
Hold on.
Right
Hold
up
on.
for
Hold on. No.
Mourinho.
It's not. Wait. It's not just Mourinho.
Grind on
Wait,
me.
wait.
Relax your mind.
You might have to make a joke out of it. It ain't even.
Little cheeky finger in the ass.
Mourinho rider, boy.
Wait. It's not.
He's happy back in London, you know.
It's not.
It's
Wait.
an easy linkage.
Wait.
Easy linkage.
Wait. It's not just.
And well, you're back in London now, yeah?
Wait. It's not just Mourinho. Yeah. Only because Mourinho is the one who has got slated when we talk about top tier managers. Is the reason why I always bring up Mourinho. I feel the same about Ancelotti. Yeah. And a lot of
He's on the wane.
bro. It doesn't matter whether or not he is. You are coming. No disrespect, but Tottenham need trophies, yeah? And you need someone who wins trophies. You don't need a fluffy manager, which, with all due respect, if you're comparing Poch to Mourinho, that's what Poch is, yeah? He's a fluffy manager in comparison to someone who gets the job done. As much as you say Mourinho's this, Mourinho's that, you know, the ratings even came out, which I know you're probably going to talk about with Solskjaer. Mourinho's got the second best win ratio of any Man United manager of all time. And that's only 2% less than Sir Alex Ferguson. He won 2 trophies and got 80
and that's crap Mourinho.
and got 85
on a bad
and got 85 points with Manchester United.
And that's him on a
You lot
bad.
finished?
That's him.
No, wait.
That's his
You lot
bad
finished?
No, wait,
times.
hold on. I just
you're
want to
moving
finish.
mad.
Hold on, I just want to finish. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm actually saying the opposite of what Jack's
Hey,
saying. Yeah?
Tobi, you're moving mad.
all I'm saying is-
you know who Leicester won the league with 81 points?
Yeah.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is, bro.
And do you know how many points Pochettino got in the 16-17 season and didn't win the league. He got 86 points.
It don't matter. But
And
how many
scored the
trophies did you win?
Scored the most
How many
goals
trophies
and
did you
conceded
win?
the least.
You went
goals.
out of
United was winning trophies, though, bro.
What you don't get, what I'm saying is, is I'm not saying like love him. I'm not saying that, but realize what he's gonna do for your club, which is win a trophy. He might mess up relations and blah blah blah, and Harry Kane might get angry with Dele Alli, blah blah blah. All that stuff's nonsense. It doesn't matter. Stop worrying about vanity metrics.
Can I be real?
Stop worrying about vanity metrics.
See Mourinho, his thing is he might piss off certain man, but he's gonna make certain man lit.
I do my job.
Did you man see Sissoko this weekend?
Bro, he's on
He was
smoke.
on a mad thing, you know.
That's not rare for Sissoko, though, for me.
That's not rare, but he's on a mad thing, you know.
Can I
What about Dele Alli? What about Dele Alli?
Dele Alli is Dele Alli. I'm not going to pin that down to Mourinho. I'm happy.
That is correct. Dele Alli
I'm happy.
is. It is confirmed he is
Bro,
Dele Alli.
he's been crap. Bro, he's
What I'm
been crap.
saying, listen. Mourinho has given him the kick up the bum he needed. Agreed.
Did you see that finish?
Don't get
I
jealous
saw the
again.
finish, but I've seen that finish from Ali before. What I'm saying is, I already knew Ali was a quality player. It's a case of
Let's be
it's a
real here.
form
Ali
to
lost
exactly.
himself.
No, yeah, he did.
He got Space Jam.
Yeah,
You know when the Space Jam man
You know
lose
when
their powers?
And also when the night bus goes on diversion.
But you know what? But do you honestly know?
Roadworks.
Do you honestly want to know why I'm anti-Mourinho? I'm anti-Mourinho because ever since we gave him a humbling 4 years and 8 months ago
you're
at White
a
Hart
fucking
Lane.
historian.
No, big man thing.
That was mad, though. That game
Ever
was
since we
mad.
gave him a humbling 4 years ago, he hasn't been the same manager. You go back to that season when he won the league with Chelsea. In the first half of that year, he was killing it. Like I hate the man because of his mannerisms and so on and so forth. But when I tell you, I respected that manager because he was actually blitzing teams. Like Chelsea were not probably keeping clean sheets, but with Diego Costa, Fabregas, they were killing teams, winning games 6-3, winning games 4-1. The minute he goes to White Hart Lane and Harry Kane legitimately destroys their entire back line, he retreats. And then he starts playing Kurt Zuma in defensive midfield. And then the season after that, he starts falling out with his best player, Eden Hazard. He starts blaming the physiotherapist for them dropping points at home. Then he starts acting mad out of character.
Toby.
And then he continued to trade up Man United.
Toby, it's easy to say all of that, yeah, which is fair. But if you look at all of the top managers, yeah, ironically, even Ancelotti last week with his issues in Napoli, they've all had rifts and issues with either major players or
Part of the
coaches.
game, man. Even Guardiola, bro.
Look at Guardiola. Look at Conte.
String of players that don't like him, bro.
Look at Conte. Look at Sarri last year with Kepa.
Conte,
Yeah?
bro.
But my question-
Conte's mad at that as well.
And let's not act like Poch. Poch obviously harmonise the squad. That's one of his best qualities. Yeah. But I'm not trying to say Mourinho is better than Poch in every area of the field. But I'm saying the areas that matters to Tottenham, which is ruthlessness and getting the job done and winning something and showing some armpits, that is what Mourinho's going to do.
All right.
Show us some armpits.
All right. All right. So my last 2 points. My last 2 points on Mourinho. So the first one is this: why do you think that it was only Spurs that was in for this?
Rubbish
manager?
again. Rubbish again.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Who's in?
Bro.
Because this guy's got sweet. I don't like man like that.
Let me finish.
No, when you got a
Let
babe,
me
it's a
finish.
6 out of 10, but she cooks for you.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Bro,
Rush your
8
feet.
out of 10. He's an 8 out of 10.
finish.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Let me
You
finish.
got a
This
good
guy-
thing, but you're
Hold
just
on.
like, you're just
This
trying
guy
to be
was- this
stupid.
guy was
Do you want me to pull up the report
Nah,
to
man.
prove
Pull up the
that
report.
what
Pull
the
up the
No,
report.
way I
girls
was
only
looking?
things do that.
Pull up the
You got a
report.
prestige
Pull
9
up
out
the
of
report.
10.
All I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
because you're there moving
all
mad.
I'm saying
Shut
is
up,
he
bro.
was on Sky Sports. He was on Sky Sports waxing lyrical. We already know he's a great tactician. He is a student of the game. As you said, in terms of legacy, it doesn't get any better than him. In terms of best managers of his generation, he's probably the best. I'm not disputing any of that. But what I'm saying to you is, why were no other big clubs touching him?
Rubbish.
Bayern Munich need a manager. Real
Rubbish.
Madrid need a manager. Why were no big clubs touching him?
Rubbish. You know the
Why?
answer.
No,
Shall
why?
I take
Non-compete was different.
the answer?
Non-compete
Shall I take the
clause?
answer?
Non-compete clause?
Shall I take the answer? Firstly, reports has even just come out last week that Real did want to put in a bid to get Mourinho. Mourinho has strictly said, which he even said 9 months ago when he done that documentary after he got sacked. He said, "I've got unfinished business in UK." And I need to, and which he has, because he wants to prove that he still can do it in the biggest league of the world.
And there you go.
Wait.
And that is it right there. And rewind what you just said.
Hold on.
You said,
Hey, where's my gigs ad lib?
Rewind what you just said.
Let me say one thing, then you say. Yeah.
Right, you do it.
So you think, no disrespect to the Bayern Munich, yeah, and even Real Madrid if Zidane leaves. But you think they can get a better manager than Jose Mourinho?
Well, they'll
run to him. They will run to him and give him anything
Madrid's
he
cool,
wanted.
man. It's all right. It's nice.
He didn't want to go there. No one wants to go to them Farmers Leagues, bro. They want to come to the Premier League.
I'm buying our in for Pochettino right
We're
now.
in a good time, man.
Bro,
Listen.
that's because no one else is left.
We'll come back to the Mourinho point anyway, because
Bro, you're gas. I think you're being a troll.
There's nothing to really talk about in regards to your game. Like, you lot.
no, I'm talking about Mourinho.
3-0 up, 2-0.
Dele Alli's back, man.
Dele Alli's back. Like, bro, Sissoko's moving mad.
Son's moving mad.
Son's moving mad. Aurier's kind of pushing up more. You see him in the box a bit more. He obviously scored a great goal last game. He's in the box a bit more this game.
No stupid red cards or tackles.
Yeah, bro. Obviously, I'm not trying to say, bro, this is football, innit? We know that the game goes up and down, but, bro, man's in a good position, man.
Mourinho will win a trophy.
Bro,
I
hope so. And it's so funny because
He will.
Bro, I even spoke to Chris this morning. Chris said, you know what, yeah? As much as he gets onto Mourinho, that he's the Gypsy King. He said, Porto, all right team, battling the best team. So he took them above.
UEFA Champions League.
Inter Milan, obviously not quite Juve, took them above and beyond. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea, not like the likes of United or even Arsenal at the time.
Dominance. He
kind of starts
lads,
the thing,
lads,
bro. You see Spurs. You see with the United situation, we needed him, but you can say it wasn't.
Right.
You could say it wasn't right. Bro, this feels right. I don't know why.
Yeah, okay.
But having Spurs where they are, who don't have the trophies, but have
you don't know how good you got it. You don't know how good you got it. Trust me.
Nice
And
right now, bro.
And this is my last point. Everyone's telling me this. Everyone's telling me, our squad's perfect because we got workhorses in midfield, we got creativity,
Bro.
we got the wide wingers. Listen,
Strength as well.
So what I'm asking,
Do you know how much Jose loves strength players?
So what I'm asking,
Sissoko,
we got the
Dyer.
experience as well.
Winks.
Dyer sucks, so forget about him. But
Nah, it'll make him a good player.
Dyer sucks. So what I'm saying now is he's got all the conditions now, yeah? He's got the conditions and it's redemption season for Jose Mourinho. Give me a reason to back you and I will back you. It's not like
wait, can I
top
ask you a
four.
question? So what
It's currently sick.
what
Watch.
give you
Top four.
what will give you the point where you'll be like, all right, cool, Jose. What would it be?
show me that you're the
No,
old
but tell
Jose-
me like results.
Okay, so for starters,
No, top four. You not now because he's already got 10 goals.
No,
in the
but
game.
let's-
Top-
for me-
I think you're talking more so end of the
I'm
season.
talking about in the season.
I'm talking about overall.
No, let's say end of the season.
End of the season. If you can get us into the top 4, that's a start.
And win a trophy.
That's a start.
Or win a
Win a
trophy.
trophy. That's another. Win a trophy.
But win a trophy,
major one.
but you're building a statue if you win the trophy.
But
Mission
listen,
accomplished.
but it's more.
You ain't won a trophy for
but
like
it's more-
15 years.
It's
Keith.
more than just results. I loved Jose Mourinho,
not
and
this stuff.
no, it's true. I loved the old Jose Mourinho because of the sort of like the mentality that he brought to the club. If you can bring me that old Mourinho without the drama, without all the passer, without all the nonsense, if you can progress players that you're progressing Ali now, if you can get the results to match as well, if you can take us from B to A and make us this prominent force in Europe, you'll get my respect.
And
I have nothing.
That's a lot.
And should I say one thing that you
That's a
should,
big ask,
you know
but-
one thing that you'll find, as well, like again, you won't see this right now, but you'll notice it in the next 18 months, blah, blah, blah. The talent you'll be able to attract now, you got big Jose Mourinho in the
100%.
Bro, you won't understand the
100%.
difference.
I
You
agree.
understand the
I agree.
difference.
Let's move on, man. Let's
I
move
agree.
on.
Anyway, we'll move on.
Let's talk about.
Oh yeah,
let's
I just wanted to quickly say, Freddie Ljungberg, 241 appearances, 29 assists. I'm not gonna say anything else. Don't at me about Ljungberg.
All right, so
29 assists
jarring, right?
in 241.
Can we move on?
Bro.
Before we move on, free Chris. Unfortunately, it's another week of rehab for him.
Final one.
I think he might be back next week though.
What happened to Chris?
Spice.
He's
on
in
the
rehab
Spice.
for Spice.
Too much spice.
Bro.
So we wish you well, my guy.
Free bro.
I'm hearing he's got Amazon Prime in there, so he might be able to catch the Arsenal game this week.
Hey, prayers up to
Alright,
brother
listen.
Chris, man.
All right, guys.
Prayers up.
I
Pray
want
for Chris.
every comment. I want you to hashtag pray for
Pray
Chris.
for Chris, man. Free him up, man.
Pray for
real,
Chris.
for
Every
real.
comment.
Soon home.
Every comment. Free it up for him.
Hashtag.
Man, so sad.
I listen. It's actually magic.
Hope he gets through it.
I really do hope he gets through it. Now, hopefully,
listen.
back next week.
We've spoken briefly about Spurs. We don't need to speak about United because you know mid-table side.
Nah. Why not? Why can't we speak about
You let a man.
They're
You let a
team,
fake.
bro.
You let a team with a fake Trezeguet. You got a fake
Bro,
Trezeguet.
I ain't gonna lie, that's mad funny.
A fake Trezeguet.
You know Trezeguet?
Trezeguet.
Trezeguet?
You know what I mean? I thought it was 10 years ago.
What?
Bro, even Lindelof's even trying to give you lifelines.
You let Jack
Lindelof,
Grealish.
Bro,
Jack
You made
Grealish.
Jack Grealish
Ah.
turn Old Trafford into his
Bro.
living room. He was dancing.
Bro.
He was dancing at your stadium.
Hey, bro.
That is,
But like
mate.
my manager would say, It was end-to-end stuff.
Grealish was treated like Napa, bruv.
Brother!
He treated like Napa.
No, because, hey, I beef it to Ocean
Yeah.
Beach.
He's spraying champagne all on your goal. Spraying champagne on your goal.
He's a champagne, bro.
Oh my
Hey, what did my manager say? End-to-end stuff.
Bro, you see Ole, bruv, he's a joke now. He's actually a joke.
He's taking a piss now, but you know who's taking
he's
more of a
mocking it.
piss? That guy that your fans keep calling AP. I hate how you're
Who's that?
Pereira. Pereira AP. He is
AP,
not an AP player. Call him.
Bro, you know he's a
Call
fake-
him a G
No, do you know
sharp.
who he is? No,
Sunshine
no.
Fracas calling him
not AP.
Casio.
He's not
Sunshine
AP.
Fracas actually calling him Casio.
He's a
Call
fake
him
AP.
G-Shock because he's
a
terrible.
fake AP.
Terrible.
The clock don't tick. There's nothing going on.
All right, so guys, all right, listen,
Got a bit of that peanut butter in there.
let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Like, big up the brother Stephen Housen. He did this like fantastic rant on Full-Time Devils. Big up Full-Time Devils as well, bro. Obviously the bros them. And basically,
Do you want to confirm what they said?
so Stephen Housen said, no, but this was, trust me, if you saw the passion in this one, it was true. Basically,
Yeah, that's a Man United fan from Manchester. That's why. That's the real passion.
Sorry, Jack.
basically-
Sorry. Can we not be fans?
You know
Oh, sorry.
sorry. You men are so fake. You men are so fake.
To Jack, is Brexit means Brexit. Brexit means Brexit.
This is a democracy. Listen, yeah.
Right, cool.
Basically, he was basically in a conference call with every man who's basically an Ollie out, and he was saying that he thinks a bit like what you saying, Tobes, that he thinks it's unfair. He hasn't been backed enough. And he was saying that he can see Ollie is trying to make a change at the club in terms of bringing through youngsters, getting rid of the deadwood, and he thinks he just needs more time. Yeah. And he says that he talks about basically that when you do have these sorts of players, people like AP or Rash or Chong or Greenwood, that these teams take nearly 7 years, 6 years to develop into something.
I just remembered.
God,
You lost to a Kazakh team.
Yeah, you lost to.
Yeah, we
You
play
lost
kids.
to my country,
Play
people.
kids. Play
Do you know
kids.
what the maddest thing is?
hey bro, look
Do you know
cold
what
over there as well, you know.
The team's called Astana. We changed the capital city to Nur Sultan, and we still beat you 2-1. That's not even the name
Man
of the
said
capital.
weed. Man's got popping the weed.
You know,
No.
when he starts making it,
He's half Kazakhstan.
From
Half Kazakh, innit? So listen, I know for a fact half them players had work tomorrow. The day after. I know that for a fact. They all work in the Hilton. I know that for a fact. I see a few of them there. And you let them beat you 2-1. You know, they all
United, to be fair,
they weren't even singing. They
But
weren't even singing Astana.
United played their kids.
It was a great game of football.
I know, it's a great game.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
That's what they weren't even saying. Astana.
United played their kids. Though, so
Kazakhstan.
I think the problem. Do you know what? Do you know what? Oh my days.
Bro, you had man like Azamat Bagatov.
Was that his name?
Yeah, you know the man. Bro, one of the guys from Borat was scored. He scored.
But you know what?
That was so
They lost every group game, every single group game.
But you know what?
Bro,
Astana.
you know that's the biggest result in their history.
Astana's a
In
good side.
Kazakh football
They're a good
history.
side. They're a good side.
And you let that happen.
They're a good side.
Bro, you don't understand, bro.
They're good
Hey,
side.
no. Word, is that
Bro,
mad?
that's the biggest result in Kazakh
What in their
football
history? Well,
that is
how
mad
did they
funny.
celebrate? They didn't go mad. They didn't go that mad.
because it's light work. You know? They were like, oh.
I didn't even know.
No,
I was still at work.
Oh,
when
they
that
were
match
saying
was being played.
Bagatov out.
Yeah,
After the game, they're saying Bagatov out because he only won 2-1.
You know them magic, them early kickoff Europa games are so
Oh, bro,
dead.
you know,
Where
you
man
still
like
at work.
Messi, yeah, bro.
I was
You
still
know
at
what?
work.
And the man that messaged you like, hey, you lot are dead. You lot just lost. I'm like, Ross,
They were daylight in that.
How'd you get to watch the game at work?
exactly. Hey, bro.
But you know what?
Big up all my unemployed friends. Trying to play, give me a game.
I got a lot of them.
I got a lot of them. Bro, that
But
game
look,
was
but
mental.
look.
But Jack's talking fast.
Yeah, he is.
factual,
He
bro.
is. But you know what? The Man United, like what you just said about Ollie, yeah. That
was end-to-end
is that-
stuff.
no. When you said about this,
No, but
Wait,
he's
wait,
saying,
what you said about Housen,
yeah,
yeah?
he's saying Housen was basically saying, you know what I mean? Give him 6 years. You know,
Okay.
basically he's trying to say he sees what he's trying to do.
Yeah, okay.
And to implement anything that somebody is trying to do
Yeah.
takes a long time. Like, we laugh at Liverpool, but even Liverpool, it takes time
but the thing is,
for them to get to where they are now. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
But the thing is, what I disagree with what Houston's saying there, is with Klopp and other managers has had a lot of time when you can see what they're trying to do.
Yeah, but everyone's saying that Oli is trying to bring through youngsters, for example.
That doesn't mean that he's doing it well,
bro.
Doesn't mean he's doing it well.
Bro, no disrespect, but I could try and bring through youngsters. That's not a quality of a manager. That's not a quality of a. You see that? That's not a quality of a manager. If anything, he's probably using a youth coach to even help. Oh, who's good down there? You know what I mean? He's not. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, he's worked within your youth set before,
bro. He has, but he hasn't. But he hasn't got the experience over the years for him to have a credible enough which is the reason why the players coming through are not good enough.
So should we?
And he's still playing young players who are not good. What's Tobi going to say?
So I was going to say this. So you're saying Klopp, he had a philosophy and so on and so forth. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you can argue whether he should have got the job in the first place or not. But he did. For me personally, he did enough to get that job. I think.
No, you're bad now.
No,
you're a full troll.
No, I'm not.
Explain why.
You're a wind up.
Yeah, you are the biggest wind up we've had in a long time.
Ronnie did.
What?
He put in the
feel good. Look at him, he's smiling.
He put in the feel good factor.
Man said,
No.
Feel good factor.
But
Bro, this ain't Funhouse. This ain't Art Attack.
No,
I don't want no feel good factor. I want football. I want football and winning.
But listen.
I don't want no feel good factor. This ain't CBBC.
He's going with Mourinho when he sees it.
Oli was winning. Fair enough, he's not winning anymore. But listen, big man thing. Listen,
that's more dancing than I saw at his wedding.
You just said it yourself. You don't rate him. You don't think he's in these Klopp and whatnot's class. So surely, that's on that evidence alone, you would think that this guy needs every backing possible.
No, you don't need every backing possible. He needs the back of the door.
I said the feel good factor.
I know. Nah, come on, he does, bro.
Don't lie. You lot were jumping. You lot were jumping in your pajamas when you're knocking out PSG. Come on, man. Come on. You see Rio Ferdinand. You see Rio Ferdinand. Give Oli the contract. Sign him up, man. United are back. You lot were loving it.
No, we weren't. Man was saying don't.
Sign them up, man. United are back. We're back, baby. I'm like, you lot were loving it. Come on. He got the feel good factor back. Come on,
bro. Stop that. That's a new one.
But Rio knows that was a mistake. Rio knows that was a mistake. I'll be real.
You see, this is why I told you, man. See, with man, I'll rather be miserable than and be productive.
Fact is, Oli earned that job.
All that feel good stuff, I don't want to hear it.
That's what I said.
Oli earned that job.
At work like this.
And you know what? We had a game like about, I can't remember when it was, maybe early this year, when we played Liverpool, who was on mad form. And just like this year, just like a few months ago or a month ago, we stopped them winning. I think it was 1-1 or something.
Yeah, it was 0-0.
I remember being...
Again, you don't know your stuff.
Okay, 0-0, whatever. I was actually at the game, funny enough, yeah? And anyway, the funny thing is...
Even worse.
No, wait, hold on.
Yeah, it took me like 7 hours to get home. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Right.
I'll be real with you though, yeah. You see, Jack, I'm not fair. This ain't fair, because Jack does that to man all the time. The fact, all because you got that mad brain where you can remember all the results.
Who cares?
Bro, I can't remember none of the results.
You should be able to remember.
Bro, I can't remember. I don't care.
Either way.
Games I've been to, games I've... Bro, I don't remember the results,
Yeah, exactly. Either way, I was there, yeah? And I remember that was the day, that was when Oli at the wheel was at full effect, where Man United, as you know, Man United's got a lot of songs in it.
3 injuries.
Man United's got a lot of songs in it, and we scrapped all of our songs. And every 3 minutes, it was he's at the wheel. And I remember sitting down, and I was thinking, he's not at the wheel. We're only a few. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop getting gas, and I stopped singing it. And from that day, I've never sang the song.
The song says
before
we got Sanchez, Paul Pogba, and Fred. We got Sanchez, Paul Pogba, and Fred.
And I think now that one of them said.
I just want to hear. Where are they now?
Where are they finishing?
You told me what's going to be there, but where are you now? Bro, where are them man now?
You got Sanchez going, goodbye to the people that hated on me. Goodbye to the people that trusted me.
Trusted me. I know who's definitely singing that? Lukaku.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's pretty
simple. Lukaku's on the
back. It's pretty simple with Oli now.
What does back him mean?
Back him, as in back him in the window, getting players that can actually get you further up the table.
Well, how much money are you going to spend? How much money are you going to spend?
Can I just say one thing? Getting managers like him, people need to understand this. You know, this is sometimes people get the game of football wrong. See, sometimes getting man like that, star players, does more harm than good.
Because there's too much pressure.
Bro, you're just looking at bro like,
he's like, I don't know what to do.
You think I want to see him look after with someone with Zlatan's personality, where Zlatan's gonna tell Oli shut your mouth?
Okay,
That's long.
okay,
bro.
Zlatan. Yeah.
Sometimes, getting these man, quote unquote, Daniel James, perfect. DJ, perfect kind of signing for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
But you lot say this.
Perfect.
But Jose Mourinho talked about egos and stuff in that squad, and this is the same squad that Ole came in and galvanized them.
No, he hasn't galvanized
He
anything.
didn't galvanize.
He did
He
galvanize.
didn't galvanize.
There was, listen, every team has a new manager, like
Bounce, yeah.
bounce.
Except Arsenal.
I like it.
I like it.
But yeah, like every team's got that. And Man United, for some reason, I think there was so much negativity when Mourinho left. They just wanted to win. Do you know what I'm saying? And they wanted to get behind Pogba at the time, and that probably led to 12 games in a row. But there was
Who cares?
You know what I'm
See, this is
saying?
why I don't like Arteta because he takes up too much time. Listen, bun him, man. He's dead, bro. Free United, didn't it? Like, when I said United ain't gonna finish top 6, man looked at me mad, bro. We'll see what happens.
no chance.
No chance, bro.
But
We'll see
Jay,
what happens.
are you gonna still listen to his press conference?
I'm gonna have to, innit?
Ah,
Yeah.
great game.
Stuff,
Great
yeah.
game.
Oh, great game.
Oh, do you know what? Big up.
Last year we would have lost that fight.
Mate.
What,
Well,
mate?
on another one, big up Flex, man. I saw him interviewing or being in a press conference with the
Yeah,
Astana.
Venice
Yeah.
That's proper sick,
Big up,
man.
big
Well
up, big
done,
up, Flex,
well done to
man.
Flex,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Show these old farts how it's done.
How it's
now.
done,
Yeah,
my
man.
brother.
You know what I mean?
On your favourite radio
All
station.
your little Terrys
Real
from,
questions, man.
all your Terrys
Word.
from the Sun.
Word.
You all
washed out,
I
mate.
can't even swear on it, but you know what you want. You will eat them cheese sandwiches and that. Get out
Can
of
we
here, mate.
talk about one of the greatest managers as well? Man like Brendan Rodgers, blood.
Bro,
Greatest?
Mr. Cold Sore. Mr. Cold Sore.
Definitely not one of the greatest, but
No, I'm not gonna lie. I like
bro.
him, bro.
Yeah,
I
see,
mean,
bro,
I
he's a good
rate his
manager.
thing.
You see that goal
very
last
good
night,
manager.
the last minute winner? That's title winning goals. And they're going to win the league. They're going to do it
He said they're
again.
gonna do it again, yeah.
But you know,
Right, you see Iheanacho,
they're
he
not.
said Ujoa.
Oh,
Remember
Ujoa,
Ujoa?
yeah,
He
that was
used to come off the
the
bench and
record
bang
signing.
late goals.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
They're
Ujoa.
not
Hey.
winning the league.
Yes, they're winning the league. I don't care what
They're not
anyone
winning the
says.
league,
league's
and they're
done.
not in the
They're on
title
the
race.
way.
The league is
They're
finito.
on the
The league is
way.
done.
but you know when I
League
said,
is done.
but when I said about
No,
2 months ago, I said that they're in the title race.
They're
Yeah,
not
but
in
bro,
the
you
title
say
race.
many
They're not in the
things.
title race. 'cause the title
Bro,
is
you
done.
also said if Man United win their first 10 games,
Yeah, they are. Yeah, if they won the
say
first
a lot
10
of
in a row.
things, bro.
You know what it's about.
He loves to say bare
you know
things.
I love
Keane?
Leicester.
He likes Leicester.
Bro,
He
bro,
has
do
a,
you
I
know
don't
why?
know what it is about
Do you
Leicester.
know why?
Very good
Leicester-
side.
He
Bro,
like no.
Yeah, he think-
But I'm
he
talking about because
because
they won the league. You know,
He
when they
thinks
won the
Madison's
league.
paying, that's why.
For him, it's like these men won the league. Man rates them. They're hard.
No, do you know why I rate them so much, yeah? And I rate Vardy, yeah? Because this man, do you know why? Because every couple of games, people think, yeah. You know when he has a bad 60 minutes, people think, yeah, he's washed now, like, or he's sometimes good. Like even the commentators were making like little slight, he's not really, he doesn't look like the Jamie Vardy of old, blah, blah, blah. Then he just pops up. And he's one of those players, one opportunity, bang. And then he'll get the assist. Do you know what I mean? He's so critical and it's just impressive that 4 years on, he's still that good.
Yeah, when
Because remember, this was
I
4
gonna lie,
years
when
ago.
Vardy turns
The
on
national
his feet.
treasure, yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
when
he
he
should-
turns on-
Bro,
He needs to be in the
bro,
English
bro,
squad.
and even the way,
Yeah,
even the
even
way,
when I'm saying that,
bro, even the post match and the way he was like giving confidence to Iheanacho. I don't know if you saw it, like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah, I
it
saw it,
was
yeah.
so good. Like the coach was like, I've been trying all for the last year because it's his first goal for a year,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
been on the bench, and then Vardy like took like the opportunity to like talk for like a minute about how hard he's tried, how much he deserves it, and how he deserves every opportunity. Do you know what I mean?
about
And you can
time.
tell he's feeling, bro. The man is a born leader. That's what a born leader is. He leads by example,
Yeah, and you
he's-
lift everyone else up with
do you know
him,
what I'm saying? That's a born leader. That is what Man United and Arsenal are missing. That's it. We ain't got no leaders in the squad. No one to look up to. 4 years ago, it was Wes Morgan, who was easily the guy who was shouting and showing the example. And Vardy is showing
Do
that.
you know what's
Do you know what I'm
mad?
saying?
Do you know what's mad? They've had Suyunshu come into the side
Yeah, man.
and just
Bro.
continue what Maguire was doing.
Bro.
He's an upgrade on Maguire.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
Calmly
he's
as
got to do
well.
better as well.
He's way more mobile than Maguire.
Bro,
and,
it's
and
mad.
he's what 21.
How do I say his name, Jack? You know what?
Lord Farquaad.
Lord Farquaad. Bro, he looks exactly like Lord Farquad. Every time he leads the line, I kick him, I'm like, bro, what's Lord Farquad doing, bro? It's nuts.
Looking for the gingerbread man.
But like you said, he's doing the job, man. Everyone's doing the job.
I think it's Suyuncu.
Suyuncu.
Can I ask you?
Bro, do you know it's funny as well? Because
Turkish guys,
can I just say as well, one of the best players right now in Premier League, man like Ndidi.
Aye, big up Ndidi.
Ndidi's on a mad
but
thing
you know
right now,
bro.
bro.
That's the thing. There's not a weak link in that squad.
Bro.
Maybe Harvey Barnes, I'd say. I don't think he's.
There's weak links.
Like who?
Like who?
For me, their weak links are on the flanks. I don't think their wide
Perez
players
and Barnes
are as effective as most people think they are.
What, Perez and Barnes?
Perez and Barnes, yeah.
I think
Barnes
works.
Barnes is a good prospect because he's excellent at ghosting past plays, but when he gets into the final,
he's awful.
Headlock.
Yeah.
And Jose Perez is the type of guy who will score a hat trick and then score another goal, then go missing for 7 games.
He
But
needs to be a bit more consistent.
But do you know what it is? I think it helps balance their side though, having them two on the wings, because I just think the way they set up as well, they're not as active in terms of, you know, participating in setting up goals or scoring goals. Yeah. But you'll see, like, someone like Perez will play the pass that plays the pass to the goal.
I think Barnes is just more direct.
Like, he's very direct.
He goes for a jugular. Perez gives you a bit more.
But you see, that's why
that's
what I like about the team though, because they are a direct squad.
Yeah.
When Ndidi gets it, it's like we got. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. Even on the bench, they've got players. They've got Pratt. They've got Chowdhury. They've also got Iheanacho, Albright, and they got strength in depth as well. Maybe not in the defense, but
as I said, I still think I'm dismissing this whole title race thing. But if they need to keep, for them to keep the run going,
they will win.
Keep the run going. We were saying it on our pod yesterday that they need their role players to step up, just like Iheanacho did yesterday. They're going to need that, especially in this period as well, because they're going to have games coming.
It's true.
They've been playing 1 game a week now for the past couple of months. Now they're actually going to start playing 3 games a week.
Can I ask you a question though? Do you think that winning the league this year would be a greater achievement than winning it 4 years ago?
Yeah, definitely. Because and that's why I don't think they're winning. They're not in the title race for me, but because for them to win, for them to be in the title race, they got to be hitting close to 90 points.
The levels are different.
I don't think Leicester are hitting close to 90 points.
It's not even a case of how many points you hit. I think the quality of the teams are so much higher now
than
they were 4 years ago. Because you look at Man City, they're on roids at the moment. I'm sorry, Liverpool, they're on roids at the moment. Literally on roids. Yeah. Man City are levels above what they were back then. Arsenal, Man United, even though they're not what they were back then, they're still Arsenal, Man United. Chelsea, probably, obviously a lot better than they were in that season as well. But all these teams are a lot better than they were back then.
Yeah, I think so.
It was a terrible season.
For Chelsea in that.
Because that was when Chelsea had Costa.
My point here is that 10 times it would be a 10 times better achievement than it was when they won it back then.
I do believe it is more competitive now.
And I think because of the lesser also there's a different level of pressure because people still think back to when they won it. So they're like, oh, it's not as inconceivable as it is now, which actually brings a lot more pressure onto your squad.
Yeah.
So, but can I just say, if we are in a situation which is realistic, by the way, that we're sitting here by the next podcast, that they are 5 points behind Liverpool. Yeah, and City lose either against Man United or against Burnley away. I think who they got tomorrow.
They got Burnley away tomorrow.
Yeah. If they're 6 points ahead of City and 5 points behind Liverpool, are we still saying that they're not in title? At what point are they in the title race? Are we going to wait till like March?
But I have to see them close to Liverpool. Like you said,
that plays into their
head. I have to see them close to Liverpool.
Like what? A couple of points.
March or April, by maybe probably.
But they play each other soon.
4 or 5 point gap, and I'll consider
they play.
They played already.
You're not saying that.
Liverpool beat them 2-1.
Wait, hold on. 4 years ago, Toby, did you like? Obviously, let's be all real now. Like, what point did you, man, show respect to Leicester being in the title race? Back then,
March. January, when they beat us 1-0 at White Hart Lane, I showed them respect.
That's when you were like, okay, they're in it.
In fact, no, that's not true.
At Leicester as well.
The game where I realised they was in a title race is when they went to the Etihad.
Oh yeah, and they smacked up, and Mahrez on the man.
That's when I said, this team are.
Yeah, they rolled him over.
Like we're saying, basically,
it benefits them.
Leicester, Liverpool at King Power 26.
When's that? Boxing Day.
But you see,
I remember that's after Liverpool's long run of games.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So
That's gonna be mad.
offensive.
But you see,
I don't think it's unfair. But we'll talk about
all
that.
of this plays into Leicester's hands because if people rule them out, that's perfect because they can just keep
That's-
going under
That's
the
what
radar.
that's what happened. That's what happened 4 years ago.
last time.
See, when you don't have no media pressure, that's the best.
Bro, they will
And
get
I'm not,
top
and, I,
four,
and, I, and I'm not
guaranteed.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Chasing down Liverpool is the best as well, because
Yeah, because they'll start crumbling
They're
once
the
it gets
only-
closer.
they're
and
the
closer.
only team in history
It's like the
to
chase.
crumble. Yeah.
You know the game, you know the chase. It's like
Yeah.
that when you start getting a step
But
closer
I
to
feel
the
like
chase.
the thing is everything is going in Leicester's favour now.
Yeah, everything
There's
is,
no
yeah.
Europe. Key players are fit.
VAR decisions.
Everything is going in their favour. And
But
they're
can I
gonna
be
need-
honest with you? Can I be honest with you? Yeah, I think like, and after I say this, we can wrap this up because you know when Brendan initially lost some of his best players at Liverpool, the people that he brought in were led to his demise. Basically, they were he didn't make good signings. You know what I mean? He put trust in Balotelli, tried to bring him back.
Yep,
Like,
and that's one of the black marks on him.
you know what I'm trying to say? And I think that was like a big L for him. I believe that if he does get Leicester in a strong position, and he does get the chance to spend a bit of money because of the amount of competitions that he's in, like you're basically saying, I don't think he's gonna make the same mistake.
Who are you talking about exactly?
Brendan Rodgers, yeah.
But the thing is,
because he's basically saying that at the moment everything's in Leicester's favour in regards to obviously the amount of fixtures they have.
They
And
haven't
all
had
that
too
sort of
many
stuff.
mad injuries either.
But I'm saying that if they do get to that realm, that Champions League realm where they got to kind of pay more fixtures, I'm saying that if they do get a chance, they do get some money to have to buy players, or let's say
that's what they messed up
I-
last
I-
time.
let's say they lose Madison.
I'm not gonna lie.
or something mad happens like that. I don't think
You know what? As much as we're saying this is much harder 4 years on, which it is. Don't get it twisted, because Man City and Liverpool are on a different level. Yeah, like they're lucky that they're in a situation now. They're already out of the Carabao Cup, so they have the cleanest set of games now. From now, this next 6 weeks is so crucial. The turnaround could be different.
Wait, are they out of the Carling Cup?
I'm pretty sure they're out the Carling Cup. They went out.
I'm pretty sure they're still in it.
Yeah,
They went out.
To who?
Um,
I'm sure they're still in it.
I'm pretty sure as well.
bro, they went out, didn't they? Am I wrong?
Nah,
Didn't they play
don't
Burn in the last round?
Okay,
They won.
okay. So I might be
Burn in the
wrong either. I might be wrong either way.
Alright,
But
so your point is invalid. Let's
no.
move on.
My point, my point is they got less games than obviously Man City and Liverpool
Yeah, of course.
over that period, and I feel like that could play in their favour. I'm not going to say they're title contenders, but I'm saying that I don't think we should automatically just think Man City versus Liverpool.
No, they don't have that many different games to Man City and Liverpool because they both got one Champions League game left, and that's it. Apart from Liverpool.
Liverpool's got
But
Club
I
World
say
Cup.
Man City have only got one Champions League game. That's it.
Yeah,
Because
that's
Christmas
it.
period, there's no League Cup, there's no Champions League.
Yeah,
This is-
true.
Everyone's in the FA Cup, so
That's
Yeah,
true.
right.
Okay,
And
but-
there's no EFL Cup.
EFL Cup.
Remember,
is
I'm
in
talking about
February.
6 weeks. I'm talking about into
Oh.
January. But anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, you're right.
Semi-finals in February.
The thing is, they're
one
doing
game, I
they're
think.
doing well, and I feel like to a certain extent they've actually earned their own luck this season. But like we said, it's a long way to go. It's a really long way to go, and I'm only going to see the true measure of this team in terms of a title race in March or April.
What about you, man's thoughts on if Brendan Rodgers does actually get a call from Arsenal? Would you take? First, I want to know if you were Brendan Rodgers, would you take it?
Right
given
now-
it, like literally.
What mid-season?
No, given everything.
What
Let's say,
mid-season?
No.
Or
no,
summer?
He's got. Let's
Talking
say,
about summer or
let's
now?
say he literally gets a
No.
call tomorrow.
Summer or now? Tomorrow?
right now.
No.
Not
If you're
even in
Brendan
the
Rodgers,
summer.
no.
Listen, see, I'm gonna throw a curveball
No,
here,
no
and I know as bad as Arsenal are, as bad as
After we
Listen,
just done it, Celtic.
Arsenal.
No, wait.
As much as I hate Arsenal, Arsenal are Arsenal. It's like Man United.
Bro,
If Man
he's
That
he's
is
going
also
down, you know.
correct. Arsenal
Yeah,
are-
Arsenal are
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Arsenal. We have to be real. Arsenal are a giant in football, and
Yeah, of
if they call him up, let's face it, they have more resources. Okay, maybe
He wouldn't go.
I don't care. Do you know?
If you're asking me,
Bro, how much is those resources?
He
do?
wouldn't go.
I get
He
your
wouldn't
point.
go.
I
and he
think
shouldn't
he
go.
does.
This is no, but
Maybe not mid-season. I think if they approach,
Now, what if he said? Now, what?
such a risk to go to Arsenal.
At the end of the season, he'd go.
Bro, you know what? But the problem is that Brendan Rodgers would be known as like a jumpy, because he already
'cause he
moved
gone
from
from Celtic
he
to
moved from
Celtic,
Celtic.
started to do that. Nah, that'd be
Moving
mad.
like
he was
some
at Celtic
hoes,
for
bro.
years, though.
No, but the way he left is the way he left.
was rude, man.
Yeah, bro, that's what you think. He's
What
got
do
the
you
cold
expect?
sores on his face. That ain't cold sores. That's herpes. He's a hoe, bro.
You lot are
He's
saying
a
the
hoe.
way he left was rude. What do you expect him to do?
Nah, bro,
Nah,
you
nah,
don't
nah,
leave. You don't leave like that. You leave.
What?
He left like
Bro,
on a
bro.
Tuesday.
Never
He
gonna
left
be
like on a
treble
Tuesday, a
champion.
random
Treble
Tuesday.
champion.
innit?
Can I
Bro,
say
what
something?
do you expect him to do?
Did you see how them players jumped on him after they scored that winning
Oh,
goal?
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro.
Akeem got a bit.
I don't know what you lot expecting him to do. at
Wait, but Tobes, yeah.
Akeem
Tobes.
rewinded that bit, didn't he?
Got me a
Yeah,
giddy.
I wish it was me.
Hey, Tobes,
Giddy.
yeah. I know, giddy, old school, isn't it? Tobes, yeah. My question about that, yeah. So if you are Brendan Rodgers, you would go to Arsenal today, even though they're like 15 points behind, maybe not. They're 10 points behind Leicester, and they're in turmoil at the moment. Would you go right now?
If it was,
but you had to go now, not end of the season or now.
No, you wouldn't go now. You wouldn't go now. Not right now.
Okay,
not right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not right now.
All right,
but
so
it's
let's
enough of a sway.
Because we've been. How long have we been talking for? 58 minutes, man. We've got to talk about Liverpool and then we'll kind of.
And Fulham as well.
No one cares about Fulham.
Oh,
do we need to talk about Liverpool? I don't really want to talk about Liverpool.
No, we can talk about. Of course, you have to talk about Liverpool. They're leading.
What are we gonna say though?
We need to talk about that
Well,
clown.
hold
Alisson,
on,
man.
hold on. We
need to talk about that clown.
Nah,
Alisson.
you can't say clown.
Nah,
Every
nah,
makes a
nah,
mistake.
Oh, yeah, he got a red, didn't it?
No,
but still,
he's a
man.
clown. No, he on that particular game, he was a clown. I
Yeah,
can say
he
that.
was
I
a
can
clown
say
that
that.
time.
No,
Yeah,
you can say that. You can say
Yeah.
that. You can say that. But it's still calm though. Like.
But obviously, what we need
I promise you that man's
what we
back
need
in
to talk about before we wrap up, crucially, is tonight is obviously Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or,
yeah?
innit? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
Apparently it leaked.
apparently
the
it's leaked.
votes
Yeah.
leaked.
It always gets leaked.
Always gets
How does it get leaked every single year?
Every
like,
year.
Yeah, without fail.
Do you know what I'm saying? People are not signing their them
Yeah,
contracts.
yeah,
NDAs.
I just don't care anymore.
Is
Don't
it?
care
You
about
don't
Ballon
care?
d'Or.
How
Oh,
come?
Messi,
Why
it's a sham,
not?
I agree.
Why
It's a
not?
sham now.
No, but why not though?
Yeah, I just don't care.
It's a sham now.
No, hold on. How are you
don't
gonna
see
call
it
it
go
sham?
like- It is
Oh
a
my
sham
God,
now.
I don't care.
It is a sham.
No, but why? Firstly, hold on, Tobes. Why is it sham?
I
Sorry.
didn't-
Why
I
do you? Why do you not care?
Because it doesn't impact my life in any way, shape, or form. It's like, oh yeah, Messi won it, Ronaldo won it. Okay, cool.
But is it because you're bored of them two winning it?
It's not even that. It's just like
Because if a Fulham man was up,
there's
would it
nothing
make a
exciting
difference?
enough for me to be like, yeah, he deserves it this year. He deserves it. There's no like, it's not a battle for me. It's just
That's championship talk
but
right there.
it's not even championship talk, bro. Like, who cares? Who
No,
cares?
but I think a part of that.
I'm with Jack, man. Who
No,
cares?
do you know
I
what?
actually don't
Do you
care.
know what? I think a part of that is because none of the players are players that are any clubs that we support. Players we support because
No,
I
used to care.
No, because
I
think-
used to care.
No, but I think
I
if
don't
it was
think
a
it's
if it was a Fulham, Man United, or Spurs player, I feel you would not care, but you'll be like,
I care
yeah,
more.
it'll be great if Harry Kane wins it, and you'll be more.
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course, but that's that's talking very that's talking theoretically.
Yeah.
But that's never going to be the case.
but you
in
just-
my lifetime.
It's a sham though. It is a sham.
Why is it sham?
It's a sham because they don't judge it on the best performing player. They judge it on like popularity contests or who's won the Champions League.
It's all
and
about
stuff.
it's all about
It's
all
a sham.
who everyone else
Kevin
thinks.
Kevin De Bruyne got the 14th best player this over the course of 18 and 2018, 2019. He was injured for like 60% of the season.
Yeah.
And when he was fit, he wasn't even in good form anyway. And yet he's got 14.
I'll be honest. I've looked at the
Come on,
top
man.
10. I've looked at the top 10, and I don't see how both. I'm not saying both of them should be, but I don't see how Sterling and Kane is not in the top 10. Like neither of them.
I don't think Kane's even in the top
like
20.
De Jong and Hazard's there, but
I don't think
them
Messi
two-
should win it, bro. I'll be honest with you.
No,
I
no,
think-
Messi should
no,
win.
no,
Messi should win
You're
it.
bluffing, man. You're
Bro,
bluffing.
listen to me.
Why
But
does
for
Who's
Messi
bluffing?
always have to win it, man?
Why?
Bro,
He's the
who's
best
the
player. He's the best player.
This doesn't make sense. That's like saying
but
why?
you know,
Why?
man,
What?
but
Why is he
again-
the best? Why is he the best player?
No, but-
Because he's doing the.
Because he scores the most goals.
It's nothing to
No,
say.
you
that
don't-
there's
you
other
don't get
pos-
it.
There's other positions.
What
man.
did he do
just
last
goals.
season?
Oh, that's always the
Huh?
same
What did he
thing.
do last
He
season?
won La Liga.
Fam, are you
Well
crazy?
done. How many years has he won
Exactly,
it?
exactly.
Nah,
Like,
for the
are
cheese.
you nuts?
Does Sterling get
Fam.
it for winning it? For
Fam,
winning
fam,
four
fam.
trophies?
I'm gonna pull up this.
Because it's
No,
the
no,
league.
let me-
Oh, because
let me
they
say
won.
another
Bro,
thing.
did how many times Messi's won it?
Let's
Because
talk
he's won
about
the
no,
Liga.
no. Let's
Lionel-
put things into
What?
context.
No,
but let's
Nah,
not
Lionel
get
Messi.
bored.
Lionel
Let's not get
Messi.
bored of the
Ballon
competition.
D'Or is a sham.
Wait, I'm the one calming everyone down now.
Lionel
For-
Messi,
for-
2018,
Go on.
2019, Europe top scorer, Barcelona top scorer, Champions
cool,
League top
I
scorer,
know.
La
Greatest
Liga
player of all
top
time.
scorers,
Great-
Barcelona,
Messi's the best player
La
of all
Liga
time.
most assists,
Look at-
most La Liga man of the matches, most chances created, most goal contribution in the top 5 leagues, most
Yeah.
points, one
How-
point.
how do you have-
Where
top
was he
5.
against
Great.
Liverpool?
Most free
Where
kicks.
was he in the
He
second
scored.
leg?
He scored the
he
first
did.
leg.
Second leg.
Guess what the
Perfect.
manager? Guess what the
You know
manager
what?
says before
That's
the
a-
game? Hey, get the ball to him.
No, they
He'll
don't do that.
score.
They don't do that. They don't do
That
that.
Yeah, they
criticism,
No,
that
Suarez.
Get the
they
ball to
no,
him.
no,
that
Suarez,
criticism
Suarez.
of what did he do in the second leg?
That one that you saw me Suarez set him up straight away.
That criticism of what he did in the second leg, that's a load of baloney. Because anyone who watched
But
that
he
game,
didn't lift that
No,
trophy.
anyone who
Anyone
anyone
didn't lift it.
Not about
Anyone
trophies.
who-
Not about
Didn't
trophies.
lift
Not about
it.
trophies.
anyone who
Should be
watched
though.
that game would know that guy did everything in his
Got
power.
bad free
everything
goals
in-
up.
Fam, he put
Three goals up.
lads. He
sat there and watched his boys get battered.
Is there an assist? Is there any stat there for the 3 goals up thing? Is any stats there? He just read out a bunch
No,
of
but
stats.
Jay, no, but Jay,
No,
you're trolling. No, you're trolling now.
No, but
You're trolling.
Bro,
Anfield-
do you know what it is? He does the same for every year. Oh,
So-
because
let me
he's
put
one of
the
those
best.
goals in
Do you know
Europe.
what, do you know?
You didn't
Let
win.
me-
You didn't even win the
do
biggest
you know what?
Europe
Let me put
trophy.
that
It's
into
not.
context very quickly, yeah? Let me put
Go
this
on,
into
go
context.
on.
Virgil Van Dijk, okay?
Oh, here we go.
Let's use him as
Most
an example.
tackles.
No,
Most
I'm
interceptions.
not going to even bring up stats.
What? Man could put in the
Okay?
same thing.
I'm not going to even bring up stats. Look at this. He came into a Liverpool defense and completely revitalized it, made it into what it is to this day. To this day. Okay? He pushed the Liverpool side to what?
he win the
87
league?
points. That's
97 points.
No, okay.
Didn't
They
win the
didn't
league.
win the league.
Okay.
But they won the biggest competition in world football.
Yeah, but not the league. I'm
Well,
just
that's
saying.
not- who
I'm just saying.
cares?
I'm
Who
just
cares about
saying.
the league?
I'm
No,
just
no,
being clear.
Domestic,
I'm being clear.
domestic
But-
single.
Let me
That
say
shouldn't
something
count.
quickly. Do you know why this annoys me?
I'm just being
Because
clear.
If they won the Premier League and not the Champions League, you're like, well, they didn't win the
No,
Champions
I'm
League.
just being clear. No, the reason why I'm being clear is because Messi won the league, not the Champions League.
bro,
So
what
I'm
is
just
that
saying.
competition?
No, because
It's
you're the
not
one.
even-
You're the one
And
talking
why- and why-
trophies,
and
not
why
me.
do-
Yes,
and
but
why do
yeah,
you have
but
to base
where-
off those
okay,
stats?
I'm not even
which one
talking
is
about
better?
stats.
La Liga?
Champions League.
There you go.
I'm not even talking about stats.
There you
now.
go.
I'm saying.
What about a
I'm
man who's
saying-
done most tackles,
I'm
most
saying-
interceptions,
No, lads,
best marking?
lads,
We sleep on
What
the
about man who got
defenders.
them stats?
Sleeping
Wait,
on
hold
the
on.
defenders.
Lads, the award is for the best player on the planet.
Yeah, it
And
is. Very
you have
true.
for
Not the
that
best.
season.
No.
For
Not
that,
best relative.
No,
Not
for
best
that-
relative
for
player.
that season. And you man have eyes. You watch football. There is no way on earth you can look at Van Dijk and you look at Messi and you
No, but
tell
not
me.
in that way.
It's
It's
about
different
what you
perspective.
achieved as
Why?
well.
Oh, yeah, and-
It's about what you achieve.
Okay,
And I'm
and
trying to
let
say, because I know he gets assists, goal
not-
contribution,
okay,
let me
goals,
finish
the context
shots.
again,
Let me
But I'm
just
trying to
finish.
say,
No.
that's obviously Virgil's not going to
Okay.
be able to compete.
No, it's not just that.
If
It's
Messi was going up against another man in this position,
know why Virgil-
like Salah or
No,
Mane or
no,
Hazard,
no.
okay, cool.
Virgil can
You're going up
compete.
with somebody who's not even in that position,
Virgil
bro.
can compete because there is no one on the planet, no defender on the planet doing what Virgil Van
So who's
Dijk
your top
has
five?
done.
Who
So
should-
why can't he win
Wait,
Ballon
wait,
d'Or?
wait, wait.
Because Messi's been
Wait,
better.
who's your
And the
top?
reason
Who's your top five then? Who should your top five be this year?
Big up Ronaldo
I
for
don't
not
know.
going.
I don't know.
Well, Ronaldo's not
He
going
didn't care,
because
bro.
he's not been good enough. He has not been good enough.
Top five.
That's
top,
fact. He's like fifth best.
Top
Like,
five
that's
of the year. I would probably say Messi number one, Van Dijk number two, and the other three is open ended.
So we're not. So
the
we're
other
not.
three,
So
I put Sadio Mane is definitely in the top.
Salah's actually technically third based on if that
Salah
league
has
finishes.
not been the third best player.
He won the
in 18
Champions League and he.
Sadio Mane's been better. Sadio Mane was better than him last year. Everyone knows that. Everyone.
Well, I
knows
think
that.
they were joint, weren't they? Were they joint on the top goal scorer?
I'm not even talking about
Yes,
statistically. I'm talking about.
Oh, we're not talking
performance.
statistically. We're talking about
I'm
performances.
talking about.
But you know what?
performance.
You were bringing up stats, though.
Everyone always brings up the stats thing because it's Messi.
But no, it's
Bro,
not. It's
No,
not.
no,
There's
bro.
other men on the
Bro,
pitch,
bro.
There's DMs, there's goalkeepers.
Lads, my final-
There's other men on the
Bro,
pitch who do their job.
Bro, the thing is though, what you got to understand about Messi, yeah, is, and this is a question that actually I wanted to even know what you man's thoughts are. Even if you compare him to Ronaldo and Salah, who are the three similar type of footballers, and even Mane, if you put one of them into your team, which one of them's going to affect the game most out of those four?
Mane.
It's Messi. No, it's not. It's not Mane.
That's Messi.
We know.
We get
We
it.
know that.
Messi's
so don't say
the,
Mane.
alright, listen.
Messi's the
Alright,
GOAT,
let's be
we know
real.
that.
He's the GOAT. No one's arguing that.
So why are you upset
why
then?
you
He's not,
upset?
because to me,
Because I'm
bro,
talking about
we're talking
this
about the year,
season.
man. This
And
is
this
the
season
year.
was the best. This
Give
season
it a win
was
the
the
Champions
best.
League, bro.
Virgil's man's
Lads,
up, you
lads,
know.
lads, can I ask a
Virgil's
question?
my up, but
Can I
I'll
ask
be
a
real with
question?
you. I think Virgil deserves
But
it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
I'll
lie.
be so
I'm
real
not gonna
with
lie.
you.
Virgil won
Virgil
Europe,
deserves
and he
it.
won the Nations League as well.
Can I ask
No,
a
they
question?
didn't.
Oh,
They
did he?
Anyone do it? Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Lads,
Second.
Lads, 2 points. 2 points.
Who
on
won
this.
that? Oh, yeah,
So the
Portugal.
first. So the
No,
first.
They got Ronaldo.
Yeah, Portugal. Sorry.
Ronaldo.
All right,
Right
it's
now.
done. It's done.
Football
It's
fickos.
done. Listen, it's done, man. Because at the end of the day, Messi's the best player in the world. There's no doubt
No,
about it.
Messi was the best performing player.
But they
Wait,
always
can I just ask you a
always
question?
give
What-
it
what-
It's the same.
but without-
even the year he did it,
Wait,
they complained
wait,
because
Tobes.
he got golden boot.
Tobes,
It's
without
the same thing, man.
stats, why do you feel Messi
It's the
was
same
the best
thing, man.
performing player?
Because he was
Yeah,
head and
yeah.
shoulders the best player on the
get it.
planet, and he was he was everything to Barcelona.
All right,
He was crucial in getting that win against Getafe. That won in the league.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see.
You
You
say
know,
let- you say-
let me see Messi in the back four.
Bro,
and we'll
bro,
see what
you
I
say
want.
let you
No,
say
It's not his job.
What?
Messi's job is to do what
Yeah,
Messi
you can
does.
say that about-
Alright,
to bang
alright.
Virgil
goals.
done his
Yeah.
job.
All
Yeah,
right,
everyone's
That's
done
not
his job.
fair.
All the best
That's
players
not
done his
fair.
job. All the best players
That's
done
not
his job.
fair.
Can
It's
answer
not
me
fair.
this. Answer me this. in how many big clubs, how many huge giant clubs do you see such a disparity between one player and the rest to the point where the player is literally having to do everything?
Even when Messi's world class, even though the rest of the team's world class.
Messi thinks he has to be their top goal scorer and he has to be their top.
No, he
sorry,
doesn't.
but
He
is.
just is.
He is every year.
He doesn't. He just is.
Okay.
If you go to Barcelona, you are there to support.
No, you can't say
Big
that. You can't say
That's
that, bro.
fact.
Big J, you
Nah,
say
you
fact.
you
can't
say he
say that,
doesn't.
bro.
That's fact.
Big J,
Suarez
you say he
gets the
doesn't.
ball all the
Big
time.
J, you say he
Don't say
doesn't.
that.
Yeah,
You
you
can't
say
say
he
that.
doesn't. When was the last time Suarez?
Because Messi says, yeah, man, I need to get my assists up.
Just one thing. Just one thing.
When Messi says,
So
raw,
Tobi
like,
can,
hey, man, them,
No,
let's
you're-
get my assists
no, you're
up.
mocking.
Hear me out.
You
Hear me
like
out.
to
He's not like that. He's not like
Let him
When was
talk,
the
bruv.
last-
Let him
when was
talk.
the last time Suarez scored a Champions League goal away from home? When was the last time Suarez scored?
Oh,
No,
you're
I'm
moving.
asking you,
Hey,
'cause
Toby, you're moving like Hakeem.
No,
Bro,
no,
Virgil
no.
just banged in a brace
Bro.
this week.
Bro, don't mention that one brace.
Virgil Bread's in it.
Bro, Harry Maguire scored
Bro,
braces.
listen
he
to me.
banged it
Harry-
up.
Harry-
The man
Bro,
I'm talking
allow it,
about.
allow
The man I'm talking about. Banging a brace.
I know,
this
wait, hold on.
week.
This
This
week.
week.
Wait.
This week.
Wait, don't,
Allow
wait,
it,
don't, wait.
man.
Can I just say
He's
one
a
thing?
bad boy,
Don't,
man. Give it
wait,
to the light skin you with the
wait,
ponytail,
hold
man.
on.
It's done,
Hold on,
man.
I rate Van Dijk, and I don't mind if Van Dijk wins it, but don't bring up the one time he scored 2
Bro,
goals.
I'm trying to
and
say
a
the
header.
guy,
Don't do
last
that.
week-
the guy
this
can
weekend.
play.
Don't
The
do
guy-
that.
exactly.
Don't do that.
But you
The
don't-
guy
I know,
does
but
his
don't do
thing.
that. I know, but don't do that.
I'm
It's
not
not fair.
I'm not saying give it to him based on it. I'm
Can
trying
I
to
just
say
say
I'm
wanna see
trying
the
to say
colour
the youth
elevate.
does his
Oh,
thing.
okay.
That guy, Virgil Van Dijk, bro, as much as I want to laugh at his price, everything, the youth does his
But you
job,
did laugh
bro.
at his price.
But man,
He
them-
does.
You did
I
laugh.
did laugh at his price.
But Jay,
I
Jay.
100% did.
He did
Bro,
his job.
I laughed in his face, bro. Me, us lot was at Southampton when he didn't get the first move. I laughed in his face. I was like, "Oh, raw, you didn't get the move." Haha, like them man tried to get you on the sly. Obviously, he couldn't react. It's
Yeah.
nothing. Bro, he ended up being one of the best players
Alright,
in the
so
world.
I just got 2
He's
points.
done his job.
So, but my whole thing is you're saying
It's not fair, man.
But you're saying it's not fair. But Messi's in a team full of stars, and he has to do everything.
Can I be real with you?
He
Can I-
has
I'll
to
be-
do everything.
I'll
You
be-
watch anyone who
I
watches
think-
Barcelona,
do you know what I
Barcelona,
think?
big
Do you know-
man, be fine with that.
do you know
Everyone
what I think this
They'll
is?
be fine with that.
Do you know what I think this is?
I'll be honest,
I think this is like bored. I think it's like boredom. That you're bored of the Messi Ronaldo thing, and you are happy.
Bro,
Which is fair,
I'll be
bro.
real
This
with
is
you.
fair.
You see my favorite player, my favorite Barcelona player, yeah, is Sergio Busquets.
Busquets.
No,
End of the day,
hey, big up
end
young
of the
ads.
day,
Big up young ads. Sergio
Busquets.
Busquets.
Because to me, I like the players that we know that the attacking
That's
players,
who- that's-
they did it.
that's
But
who
to me,
Chris- that's who Chris said
there's
he's
man
not
on the
world class.
pitch here that do
Yeah, that's
that.
because
Yeah.
you're a boring guy, bro.
See,
That's
like, to
why.
me, but to me,
Oh, fam. Busquets now isn't the same Busquets 3-4 years
bro,
ago.
he's still there, bro.
and he's inconsistent. He's inconsistent.
He's one of the most consistent man of all. What are you talking about?
Right now, I'm talking
He's
right
one of the
now.
most consistent
Right
man.
now, right now. I'm not talking about.
Nah,
Again,
he's
I'm
talking
talking
about
right
this
now.
season.
It doesn't matter.
Right
fair.
now.
That fair
There's a
enough.
reason-
You're talking about overall. You're
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
overall.
overall. I'm trying to say that
what does
when it
overall
comes
have
to
to do with the Ballon d'Or
Because I'm trying to
now,
say when it comes to football, yeah, we go for the guys who are in the positions that are in
That's
the
not true.
highlights.
That's not
yes,
true.
it is.
It's
bro.
not because when Luka
That's facts.
Modric
That's
won the
facts.
Ballon d'Or, everyone knew it was a sham. But I was happy that he won the Ballon d'Or because he deserved it.
Because he was.
He deserved
no,
it.
he was. Bro, he was playing rubbish in the league, bro. Where were Real Madrid around them times? They were in turmoil.
Yeah, in
when
the new
Luka,
season.
Bro, we always say Ballon d'Or's a calendar year.
Yeah.
So you got to count.
But can I ask?
I don't even think he was that rubbish in the league. He was good.
Virgil's team have lost 2 games in a whole calendar year. Man is a defender. My team has lost 2 games.
That's mad.
2.
Yeah.
What? And I'm not contributing. Bro, give man the Ballon d'Or, man.
Give it
What,
to him.
man?
What?
Do you know what?
Well,
Bro,
Do
give
you know
it
what?
to him.
I'd even walk.
He's
to give
lost
it to
2.
him.
He's contributed, bro, 2 L's in a calendar year.
And
even one of those losses was VAR. Was a VAR thing.
I'm
happy
having
for
myself.
him.
Hold on, let me finish.
happy for him,
Hold on,
but
let me
guess what?
finish.
Guess what? He didn't win it. Messi won it.
There
you go then.
Messi got the captaincy. He
Messi,
promised his club
Messi.
the Champions League, and guess
Listen.
what? He didn't deliver.
The thing is, have you watched Messi live? No, big man thing. Have you
Nah, I
watched Messi
don't
live?
think dead.
Bro,
Have you watched
I'm
Messi
not gonna
live?
sit here and argue about Lionel Messi, one of the greatest players of all time.
No, it's not one of the
Virgil
greatest.
deserved the Ballon d'Or. That's
Greatest.
it.
He didn't
He
deserve
deserves
it.
it.
He didn't
He-
deserve
Virgil
it.
deserves
He
it.
didn't deserve it. It's
Cool.
credit to Virgil.
Can't
what
come
he
to a
did.
team where the
He
team
didn't
takes
deserve
2
it.
L's in a calendar year.
but
scoring.
we do have
Man
to-
won Champions
hold on,
League.
hold on,
Man
hold on.
got my country to Nation
We
League
have
final.
to address.
Man's out here working.
We have to
Bear
address.
in mind, Holland were
No
Holland were
one's
trash.
even getting round me.
Wait, so you lot are
But
going to pin
because-
Holland's,
but because, you know-
Holland's resurgence just on Van Dijk. You don't make me.
No, but
he's
he's a big
part
part
of
of
that.
He's
But he's
a
part of it.
contributing
He's
factor.
one part of it. You have when
He does. He's
Has
joke,
Messi's
bro.
crying leaving the national team.
Every time.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to be
it's
here
okay, it's
anymore.
okay.
Messi.
Messi.
Bro, you
Messi.
actually got me hating Messi right now. I love
when
him.
it's all
Giving
said
him
and
myself
done,
Big J.
when it's all said and
Relegation, Jake.
Cheeky Sport.
Links in the description if you want to follow the pagan.